Are you afraid of developing your toy or game idea because you want to avoid making spooky mistakes in the process? Well, in this video, I'm going to share 5 spooky mistakes that new toy and game creators make as they develop their product ideas. And most importantly, we're going to get into how you can avoid those spooky mistakes. If you are an aspiring toy creator and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about making it in the toy industry. My name is Azhelle Wade, aka the Toy Coach. I'm a 3-time patented toy inventor, and I've worked in the toy industry for over a decade, designing and developing products for companies like Madame Alexander and Toys R Us. Today, I help mission-driven toy people turn their toy dreams into a real product and get it on shelves with toy advice like this. Let's learn the spookiest mistakes that new toy and game creators make, and I'm going to be rating each of these mistakes for their spookiness as we go. Let's begin. Spooky mistake number 1, starting out at 3 spooky ghosts, is not defining a pricing strategy that works for wholesale and retail. Right now, you probably have a vision for how much your toy or game will cost at retail, right? Right? Well, even if you have a retail price in mind, also known as MSRP or manufacturer suggested retail price, you may not be thinking about having a pricing strategy for wholesale. What does that mean, Azhelle? Well, when you develop your toy or game, you've got to mark up your factory costs so that you have a 75% margin. That means if your product costs $5 from the factory, your retail price should actually be $20. Your product should be developed with high enough quality, size, and features to justify that $20 MSRP. Here's why you need that 75% markup. If one day, after selling your product successfully online directly to consumers, you get a call from Walmart and Walmart says they want to order 10,000 units of your product for their store, what are you going to do? Walmart is not going to pay your retail price for those products because they need to resell it in their retail stores for a retail price. So they are going to ask you for a wholesale price. That means that they're going to want to pay 50% of what the normal retail price is. In this case, it would be $10. So by giving yourself a 75% margin at the beginning, you are assuring that you can get at least 50% if you ever decide to sell wholesale without needing to take on a major loss in profit. If you want to learn more about pricing and margin and profit for retail and wholesale, check the description below for a link to a free masterclass that will break it all down for you. Let's move on to spooky mistake number 2. Coming in at just 2 ghosts is this: not following up. Now, the process of licensing a toy or a game idea and the process of getting a toy or game into stores on shelves involves a lot of selling. When you're first starting out, you are likely going to be the one doing that selling. And it spooks me out when I see new toy and game creators get interest from a retailer or interest from a toy company, and then they don't actually follow up enough until they get that clear no. A big part of the work I do with my students and clients is to remind them that the people they are pitching to and reaching out to for retail placement are busy. You've got to follow up and remind them that they were interested and to get back to you until you get that message back. Sometimes that means you're going to be changing how you reach out, from emailing to maybe calling or even texting if you have that relationship. Don't take a lack of a response personally, and don't preemptively give yourself a no. Let's say you've emailed someone 3 times. You got no response. I would say wait a week and a half, start a brand new email chain, send a super short message saying, hey, just checking in to see if you had any interest in XYZ toy today. If we process your order today, we can get it to your warehouse or to your store by the end of the week. Now, I know it's hard to stay confident and motivated in these situations, but that's why communities like the one that we have in Toy Creators Academy exist, to remind you that you are on the right path and don't give up. If you want to learn more about how you can join our community, check the description below for a link to learn more about Toy Creators Academy. Let's move on to spooky mistake number 3, going to a toy trade show without inventory or a prototype. That one gets 3 ghosts. When you head to a toy trade show with the goal to license your toy idea or the goal to sell a toy product to a retailer that you are manufacturing, you have got to have inventory or a prototype. The purpose of these shows for toy inventors is to showcase their product ideas, and you can't do that without a prototype. And for entrepreneurs, the purpose is to make orders. There's no way you can ruin a reputation in the toy industry faster as if you cannot deliver on an order that was placed at a trade show. Buyers are planning their assortments carefully. They're relying on you to deliver a product that you showed them at a trade show when you said you will. If you don't have inventory ready to ship or scheduled to ship, skip the trade show and wait for the next one. So tell me, are you planning on developing a toy or game? Tell me in the comments if you learned something new in the spooky mistakes that I've shared so far and what you're gonna avoid. Let's move on to spooky mistake number 4, and it has 4 ghosts. And this mistake is when toy and game creators underestimate the power of building their own audience around their idea. As soon as you have an idea for a toy or a game, you should be focused on building an email list of people who are really interested in your product and asking them questions about what they would like to see your product do or be once it's created. Launching your toy or game with the help of an email list can be powerful. A Toy Creators Academy alumni, Samantha, actually used her email list to sell over 2,000 dolls in just 2 days. And those first sales provided the proof of concept that her brand needed to get into other specialty toy stores all across America. All right, let's move on. Finally, we have made it to spooky mistake number 5, which is hiring a freelancer to work on your idea without a work for hire agreement. This one gets 5 ghosts. This is the absolute worst mistake that I see so many new creators make. I know that when you're starting to develop your idea, you are gonna get so excited that you are just gonna wanna start making things happen, hiring people, throwing money at it because you wanna achieve, right? But don't rush into working with a freelancer. Without a clear work for hire agreement, you could completely lose ownership of the design and even the function of your toy or your game. And don't rush to just sign whatever work for hire agreement that the freelancer might present to you either. Read it carefully and have a lawyer look it over and explain it to you. And you should understand it yourself. Don't sign something you don't understand. So many things can be snuck into a work for hire agreement that you wouldn't expect. For example, you could be giving up a percentage of your sales for a long period of time, or you could find yourself committed to only using their recommended factories if you want to use the prototype and the development work that that freelancer has done for you. I've seen so many versions of this and it breaks my heart every time because the toy businesses that fall victim to this never get off the ground, or they get off the ground with a severe handicap holding them back. I just want you to know this truth. There is no one way to work with a freelancer. If you don't like the terms of an agreement, you don't have to go along with it. There are other freelancers out there that can help you, and there's a lot that you can actually accomplish yourself. So if you don't like something, don't be afraid to stand up against it and say, no, I will not be moving forward. This is not in my best interest. Now, would you like to know how to build, launch, and grow a profitable toy brand without a large team or the constant overwhelm of what do I do next? Well, there is a link to a free masterclass waiting for you in the description below that will teach you exactly that. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and check out my video on how to get into any toy company to license your idea. Until next time, have a happy Halloween, toy person. I'll see you later.